Hello. Hello. Test. Oh wow. Goodness.
사랑해. Test.
Suzu, thank you. Thank you for the prime sub. Thank you for 9 months. What do you want to name her sub, baby? Hello. Hello. Hello, night.
사랑해. A whole year of your amazing, wonderful entertainment.
Oh, Maple, thank you for the 1 year. Welcome back. What the heck? You've been lurking this entire time. I'm being spied on. Oh my god. Hello, Scotty. Okay, thank you for the lurk. Alright. We'll get right into it, I guess. I decided to change my PNG tuber to my actual model. It's not moving, but it's my model. Look at it!
사랑해.
Oh my god, thank you to Seiyu as well. Thank you for what the fuck? 31 months! Wow. Thank you, thank you. 31 months of continued loyal support. Oh my god, I love her. Hello. Dude, I get really annoyed when people think that my... Oh, music's not on. Hold on. I get really annoyed when people think my model's a cat. I'm like, I'm not a fucking cat. Oh my god. I'm not a goddamn cat. I'm a fox. Oh no. Okay. Per streamer? For any streamer that's participating, yeah. No, it's just only one at a time. You can only gain rewards from one streamer at a time. Alright. TikTok, welcome! Nice to see you. Choo choo. Big beanie. Thank you for the 100 biddies.
Choo choo.
Oh my god, I'm lagging. Oh goodness. 안녕하세요, 악수 오빠. A multi-tap, yeah. It would be kind of broken if that was allowed. It wouldn't it? Alright. I don't know if Johnsy's awake, but we should do the story quest. That's what I want to do. I have C2 Kazuha. I feel like... Oh right, I have to kill this stupid Angie turtle.
사랑해.
Daha.
2 years, wow.
Annie, thank you for the 2 months. What the fuck? And Lionheart coming in with the 10k video. The fuck? What are you guys? Why today of all days? Are you showering me with so much love? Welcome back. Welcome back.
사랑해.
I'll be also. Thank you for the 8 months. Johnsy? Johnsy not here. Rest in peace, Johnsy. I'm just kidding.
사랑해.
Psycho also with the prime. Jesus, thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Look at you guys. 177%. Hi, Kaze. Welcome. Oh, this is Electro and Pyro. Looks like I can't get Friendship EXP for my boy. I need shields. We'll go with Hutao. Wait, but it's Pyro. Oh, whatever. Hi, Tuzzy. Wow, 2 VTuber boys are in here. Yo, what's up? It's yes, it's the PNG of the new model at the moment. What am I trying to do? I'm looking for a shield. I think Diona or Zhongli.
그러지 뭐.
I want these two because friendship EXP. I should also check the teapot as well. Of the PG, thank you. Model looks cool. It's not even like full on yet. It's just I figured it'd be better than the other PNG model. The other PNG, you want to see the other PNG that I was using before? It was this one. Which, she cute too, but, you know. Oh shoot. If I do this, will I... Oh, I do kind of fuck it up. Oops. Oh well. What AR am I? 59. I am... I don't know how far I am from 60. Wait a second. What's version highlights? Oh no. Thank you for also shouting out Kaze. Look at all these Genshin players. What the heck? We may or may not be sitting in a call together. Oh, you're on a date? God, I'm third wheeling. What the fuck? Where was my invite? I'm just kidding. Where is this? I wanted to get some of these. Actually, I might be poor. I'm like realm currency poor. Edge. Alright, time to go slaughter the Anki turtle. I will probably die. I don't like fighting him. He's not very fun. Toasty always invades your DMs? Dang. He was hand feeding you carrots. You know, I have carrot cake. I'm probably gonna die fighting him, but it's okay. Hi, Toxie. Carrot cake slaps, dude. I don't know. I was craving cake today randomly. I'm like, I'm gonna get cake. Thanks to Neo, I was able to get cake. You believe in Dongli shield? By the way, Pain, did you want me to roll for you? I think I asked if you wanted me to pull for you, and I don't know if you were available. Yeah, roll for me? Okay. After this then. We'll go after this. You shovel rock for your Lamba and lurk. Have an amazing... Thank you! Damn, you're getting swole. I'm just kidding. What's Toasty gonna do then in the meantime? Hello, Ayaka. Hello, Andrew. Oh. No way. Hi, Hideko. Hello. 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 Dude, oh my god, I love minions. He's probably just gonna be a sussy whale. I don't know, he's probably gonna be a sussy whale. Is he editing? He should be editing. Oh! I got it! Big damage! Let's go! HP thick. His thighs are also thick. Very thick. Super thick. I got 2 of them. Maybe I should go do the other weekly bosses because I need the solvents. Do you always get a solvent though? Or do you not always get a solvent? I am toasty, but he never does it, does he? Tomorrow we explore the nether regions? What? Sorry, what? Alright. Let me roll for pain. I actually have so many freaking channels in my Discord. It's actually insane. Oh, the Summer Island tomorrow. I see. Oh, I messaged you, by the way, Pain. It's neatly organized. My Discord? Yeah, it's freaking organized as hell. I just wish you could, like... I wish you could do it, like, arrange it in a way where it's not so cluttered. Or whatever. I don't know. I tried my best. I really did. Oh no. Oh, because I can't really sleep. Oh, my stream looks pretty cool. Oh, thanks. We're waiting for login info right now so I can roll for somebody. Doggo? What do you mean, doggo? Okay. We got it. Let's see if my luck carries on to the next day. Prage. Right? Mm-hmm. Alright, here we go. You rolled for freaking... What was it? Elon's weapon? What? Okay. So we have... We're rolling for Kazu. Kazu boy. Kazu boy. Kazu boy. Alright, let's go. You ready? Rolling for pain. For pity. Alright, ready? Page. All the page in chat. Yingwang. If I could also get you Heizo, that would be great. Ha! Okay. 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 Okay, I'll take it. 20, like 18 pity or something. Congratulations. Their luck has not dissipated. Wow, that's amazing. Congrats on your Kazuha. Hi Yuki, what the hell? I haven't seen you in a while. Congrats. Okay, let me take a picture of it. Screenshot it for you, y'all. This is for Pain. Okay. I guess that's it. Congrats on your Kazuha. Literally, like, I just saved you so many primos. I expected at least one Haizu. I think it's a bit too early for a Haizu. That's pretty funny, though. Alright. I'm logging out. Go for C1. That's up to Pain if he wants me to go for C1. Hello, Jordan. Or Jordana? For Aiza? No, I don't want to roll for 4 stars. My luck is no go for 4 stars. My luck is no go for 4 stars. Only 5 stars. My luck only works on 5 stars. Okay, what was I gonna do? Right, I was going to go get... Yeah, my 5-star luck is pretty nudie. Right? Okay, we need another solvent. Wait, I have a solvent. Because I got one. Hello, wizards. Okay, which one? My luck only works for units I don't want. And as far as C6 goes, I don't want to give Hoyoverse any more of my money since they still refuse to give me a skip dialogue button for any of the story and quests. So, Angie, I'm not happy with that. Okay, who do I want to fight? For weekly boss. Child? Who was the other friendship that I was working on? Was it, Heizel? Heizel. I think.
이런 기회 흔치 않아. 날 좀 재밌게 해봐. 항복도 괜찮은 선택이라고 할 수 있지. 상냥하게 대해줄 테니 걱정 마.
Is it weird that Honkai has a skip and Genshin doesn't? No, because Honkai is basically Hoyoverse's favorite child. And Genshin is not. Genshin is the breadwinner, but not the favorite child. Honestly, the black sheep of the family. They made fun of that. I feel like they have like different teams that work on the different games. You know? That's what it feels like. I did not get a solvent. That sucks. But do you not feel that? Or is it just me? That like Honkai is Hoyoverse's favorite child. Hello, subdued. Is woman game? What do you mean by that? What?
병립천이 일어나라.
회수, 아프다고 울지 마.
구름이 숨고 기러기가 오네. 바람을
어떤 수가 나오려나?
Gotta head to bed? Okay, have a good one. Have a good night. Thank you for dropping by though. No, Tears of Themis and other MiHoYo games is a woman-centered game. Oh, I think that's what they meant. It's like it's only filled with women. It's not... It doesn't have any male characters. Yeah, I think that's what they meant. They can be creative? How is having a skip button fucking creative? It's just what is common sense. What's... How does that, like, what? Does Chinese law not allow you to just have free will? What is this? I can't freely skip if I don't want to read this shit? Oh, they okay, first also Hoyoverse isn't under Chinese law anymore, but didn't they relocate or something? To avoid something, censorship? So even that's not even an excuse there either. Where's my skip button? Okay, where's Heizo? There you go. We'll do dailies with Heizel. Or yeah, but then that also cucks all the people that just got into the game or play the game seasonally as well, not just spend a lot of money on this. The animation isn't even all that expensive. Like, if it was 2D animation, I would understand, but they use fucking Blender. Which is a lot easier than drawing pixel by pixel. No offense to all the people that work on, like, Blender, but it is easier. Hey, Amu. Knows they lack content, so they stall. Can they, like... Maybe they could just, you know, make content, forehead? I don't know. Make content that's not story content for once. Like, look at this. I should be able to skip this. Like, I shouldn't have to go through, like, 4 or 5 lines of dialogue for a daily quest. They want to drain wallets. Look, I don't think... Dude, if you could pay to skip the dialogue, I'm sure some people would. That's the sad part. Look, if they actually want money, they could do that too. Pay to skip. Having a wallet to be drained. Look, you can't fool me. New category of games. Oh my god. The sad thing is it would actually work on people.
잡았다. 회수.
일어나라.
아프다고 울지 마.
I don't even, you know, like at this point for me though, I don't even want content from the game. I just want to skip one. What do you mean people already pay $5 a month for a damn Welkin? Hello, Fallen.
조급해할 것 없어.
Slurp them primos. Oh, speaking of which, there was a glider, I think. I should change his glider. Honestly, the wing glider that's great for him, this one, yeah?
얽혀들어라. 잡았다. 회수.
출발할 때가 됐어.
Where am I going? KFC glider is the best. Oh my god, the best. So enthusiastic. Do I have to be enthusiastic? Like, oh my god, hi. Are you having such a great day? Oh my god, I love life so much. It's not like I want to die inside whenever I say hello to everybody. Oh my god, customer service boy. Hi, how can I help you today? Oh my god. Fuck that. I hate that shit. Disgusting. Just let me be chill. Hello, Natsuki. Hello, Neko. Yeah, this glider looks amazing. For a Mr. Canada boy.
출발할 때가 됐어.
아프다고 울지.
Mr. Maple Leaves. Mr. Canada boy. Did you guys know that Lo-Fi, they got copyright strike or something? I don't know. Because I'm listening to Lo-Fi Girl right now. And like, they apparently ended, I can't remember, 20 million hour stream because they got copyright strike. I'm like, yo, what? That's actually so depressing too, like how long they've been live streaming for on YouTube. Hello, Monarch.
별거 하시면
20 million hour stream. That's unfortunate, actually.
별거 하시면
Damn. Is that a record? That has to be a record. 20 million hour stream. Wait. There's no way. Wait, how was that 2,000 years? How was that 2,000 years?
아짜! 출발할 때가 됐어. 짜!
Do I need anything for you? Definitely need that. Philosophies of diligence.
짜! 앗!
21 million hours. 20 million hours. What does 20 million look like? 20,000. 20 million. That's... Oh. Yeah, the math is wrong. I don't know. I tried doing the math and it's wrong also. I'm like, that can't be right. Yeah, I'm very sorry for the ads. I don't know. Sorry for the ads. I'm doing it for the ads incentive because I need money. Okay, who do I want to play? Should we do Diluc? Actually, would this be a team? Let me try this. Who's a healer that I want to use? Probably
빨리
Diamond.
출발하자.
Diluc. What are his current artifacts? 5131. Not bad. All the best ones are on Hu Tao at the moment. Is this also pyro damage? It is. Currently on Hu Tao and Klee, those are the best artifacts right now, and I'm not taking it off them. Crit damage? Damage? This crit rate. No crit damage. Hmm. No thanks. What's my con? He's C4. Too bad I'm in Korean, so I don't know what he says. I also don't know if there's any immunity. If it did not mute the stream. Unfortunately, it does. By the way, do you guys still see captions?
바람을 타고
They are immune to pyro. They are not immune to vaporize, but they are immune to pyro. It's kind of sad. Because I prefer Hu Tao. You mean like Constellation 6? You would prefer Hu Tao? Over to Luke? CC is available, but is it like available during the ad phase? This is what I meant. Like if you get hit with an ad, does the CC still... Yeah. Invulnerable to pyro now. Are you kidding me? I can't play. You don't fuck it. I don't give a shit. I'll play the Luke anyway, even if it's immune. Just physical damage to Luke. Let's go. Every person looks nice with KFC wings. The Luke, freaking Kazuha. Hello, Daya.
일어나라.
회수. 잡았다.
Higher damage.
아프다고 울지 마. 마무리야.
낙엽이 지는 게 안타깝도다.
Is there melt damage? There is not. First Shichi at 81 and then Jean at 80. That's a fact. KFC wings are great. This recent 50-50 loss was 82 pity. RNG is so bad. Gee, I wonder who you should have asked to roll for you. I'm just kidding. Twitch wings, yes, that's true. I don't know. If you ask chat, I haven't lost a single 50-50 for any of them. Apparently. Invulnerability to electro damage. I don't have a cookie though. I want a cookie. The lucky ones? I don't know. Am I the lucky one or is my chat the lucky one? Because I think they think I'm the lucky one because I didn't lose a single 50-50 when I rolled for C6 Shenhei. And I still haven't lost a 50-50 for your guys' Kazuhas. I lost my own 50-50, but it was quickly made up with 2 Kazuhas and a 10 pull, so I don't know anymore.
잡았다. 회수.
Sir, please stay so.
잡았다.
Poor the Luke boy. I actually want a bit extra rolls for Heizu. You saved way too much. You're gonna pull for him? It's so funny. Am I done? I'm done. Let's do this for some money. Watch me not have enough mints. I want to level him up. I have enough? Oh. Where did I get 300? The fuck? Oh, it's probably from, whatever it is. Poor boy. He's so cool. Too bad I can't play him quite yet. Wait. Oh, I didn't save my Abyss for this. Oh, it resets tomorrow. Well, 2 days. It resets in 2 days. Abyss resets in 2 days. By the way, people still haven't claimed their Abyss. Like, I opened up Abyss applications for me to do people's Abyss. There's still 3 slots. The people didn't claim.
잘못된 결정을 내렸군.
Oh, did someone come in? Oh, yeah, no, someone followed, I see. Still wish he had short hair. No matter what angle you look at the Luke, he's just angry. Man's been through some shit. Did they continue, by the way, with the manga? Because I remember seeing, like, Genshin manga or webtoon or something on their website. And I don't know if they continued that. Are you looking for some mint? Do I have any mints? What build do I have Heizo? Nothing. He's level 40. The boy's level 40. You have to read it elsewhere? Wait, they have it published elsewhere? What the fuck? Show Heizo build? The fuck? I just explained that I don't have him built. The what? You know what? I should just do it for the memes anyway. Here, I'll show you my Heizo build. Level 40. Skyward Atlas. 2 out of 5 artifacts. C6 talents, all level 1. There's my Heizo build. Unlock hers? I did. We need to do bosses. But it's honestly not worth. If I'm being honest with you, it's not worth. I just had leftovers from pulling Kazuha. I'm like, yeah, why not? But like, if you were to just swipe for it, like just try and swipe for it again, no. I would not recommend. Puny damage. I don't miss him. I'm sad. Nope. What is even a C4? What does that do? Casting, Searing Onslaught. I don't even know what that is. Oh, his E. Increases damage dealt 2 seconds after casting. Combo deals 40. Why does he still feel so weak? Compared to like Klee and Hu Tao. Smedge. Alright. I'm gonna make my life a little bit easier then. You did not buy that skin? I had leftover Genesis crystals, so I just bought it. Let me...
이제 그물을 거들어 가자고.
나도 껴주려고.
Leftover. Yes, I have leftover. I have every outfit too, anyway. What do I want to... Who do I want to use for the last slot? Whatever. Could do... I should make more burgers. More burgers. Can I make any more burgers? More burgers? Cook any more burgers? Burgers. Ruining all your videos, Smedge. Look, the man is depressed. He wants to make you depressed too. He's been through some shit. You're only going through like just a minuscule amount of sorrow of what he goes. I'm just kidding. A burger. I don't have it. I can't make a burger. Oh wait, can I buy flour? I'm broke now. Yeah, okay. Well, he doesn't have that problem. He's rich. He's just traumatized. Oh man. Maybe I'll make flour. I'll go make flour.
조급해할 것 없어.
Can I buy flour? I want to make a burger. You can only buy 10 flour. What a ripoff. Rather be PTSD and rich, you know? Sometimes you just can't have what you want. I can make a little bit of a burger. 5 burgers. I made 5 burgers. Make 15. Just for the weekly. Preload off of the Luke's mansion. I would so do it. What does he do for a living? Does he sell wine? He like makes and sells wine. Each of the cooking merchants? That's too much work. That's too much work for me. No thank you. Wait, do I have Oh, yeah, I don't want to do the electric cube. I'll take it slow, okay? I'm not trying to... I want to, like, kill the bosses for the battle pass, but I don't like certain bosses. Some bosses are just annoying. Like, hella annoying to fight. You know, what do they use to travel? Do they technically use horses in like Teyvat to travel? But I've never seen a fucking horse in this game. Like, I've seen wagons and stuff too, but never seen a goddamn horse. Do they use slime balloons to travel or something?
어떤 수가 나오려나?
가자. 잘 가.
Slime balloons to travel? Horses aren't real, Smadge. That's Omega unlucky. Barco stole all the horses. Where's my horse? I demand a refund. Scammed. Medieval time slot with no horses. What is this? The cavalry captain. He's a fake too. He's a flat ass. You know, have you seen people that actually are jockeys and they ride horses? They have cake on them, okay? Kaya's ass? Kaya's ass. The man's flat. The man's flat. Like... catfished.
미경불체. 일어나라.
아프다고 울지 마. 회수.
구수병치. 낙엽이 지는 게 아니. 이게 하늘의 이치다.
But avoiding work, that's true. He's probably avoided all of his, You know, maybe, just maybe, Queen might have blown off his ass, so that's why it's so flat. Just kidding.
일어나라. 난공불락. 바람을 타고 구름.
마무리. 작업 끝. 잡았다. 아프다고 울지.
Been babysitting the elf terrorist, but he lost his ass to her explosions. Unfortunate, you know? That's a story to tell. Let me see if there is nothing over here.
출발할 때가 됐어. 핫, 핫, 하, 헷, 하.
Bum 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 bum. After I finish up Kazuha, I don't know what I would do. I could build Heizo. Do I have them all at level 10? I could build Heizo. So I would need like, what do I fight? I have to fight the damn worm. I hate that thing. The mechanics for the stuff in the chasm is gross. I don't like it. Like, I don't like that the game makes you equip like a gadget when I want to equip the bag, like the food bag, instead of this dumb gadget to fight or whatever. I mean, I guess you don't have to, but doesn't that make it a lot harder to kill corrupted shit in the chasm? Ooh, pirate. Ooh, cryo. Ooh, cryo.
잡았다.
병립천 만물을 움직인다. 미경불체.
얽혀들어라.
Why do we still only have one pot for gadgets? Cause mobile.
숨고 기러기.
Did I just casually hit almost 500k? um... Maybe I can finally hit 1 million damage. Maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. Just maybe. Is Genshin a hard game? To you guys, is Genshin a hard game? I feel like I'm blind. Oh, users.
쭈쭈쭈쭈는 아프고 둘째 쭈쭈는 병을 봐주네.
Oh, I gave it to... I should feed some of these. Oh! Wait, why didn't I give this to her? Not that it matters. Depends on your artifact luck. You think that's the determination?
아프다고 울지 마.
Did I roll for Kazuha on my Asia? Or should I save my primos on Asia and EU for other characters? Like Sumeru?
아프다고 울지 마.
이게 하늘의 이치다. 일어나라.
마무리. 작업 끝.
I'm on your living room TV. So am I your Netflix to your chill? I'm sorry. Fuck, got my ass. Okay.
난공불락.
회수. 잡았다.
바람을 타고 구름이 가도록.
배도 채웠으니 편히 가렴.
Alright, how many bosses are we at? We are at 6 out of 10. I need to do ley lines too. Ley lines 2. And then we gotta do some resin. Can I just like borrow people's ley lines? Is that something I can do? If anybody else needs to do their ley lines, or you just want me to carry you through ley lines, not that it's that hard, it's just a lot faster. See, watch. Watch the difference between Hu Tao and freaking Diluc. It's sad. So I'll go here, do this real quick.
일어나.
Like, it takes Hu Tao basically like 3 swipes. And Diluc, I don't know how many hits it takes. I'm so sad. The poor lad. Diluc old man. No. Watching an Amber main. Dude, wait, how much does an Amber hit for? Charge shot. Charge shot Amber main. What does it hit for? Ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. Ba-dum 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 dum.
회수.
Oh right! I asked this earlier. Does the caption still go through during the ad thing? Because I don't think it does, right? Or does it? Wow, fucking 400k and it doesn't die. I guess you have to wait for the stupid iframe. Ouchie.
잡았다.
악녀 발사.
Eat your burger, Hazuo. Eat your burger.
조급해할 것.
Alright, let me see. I never much liked Luke in the first place. I found his gameplay boring during his story quests. I don't think I liked his gameplay too much. I like his cinematics were really cool, if you remember those. Like, they made the Luke out to be like this really cool fucking Batman-like dude. But then his kid was like, meh. Not a difficult game, especially once you have a decent team. But the threshold is kind of annoying when you don't have characters that can beat the domains you need to farm the— Yeah. Remember everybody used to go crazy for Delu back in the old days? Feels old. Yeah. No CC and ads. I have to bring their own CCs. That's unfortunate. Hey, but at least if you wanted to rewatch the VOD, they ain't no ads. There ain't no ads in there. There's no ads in that one. I'm sorry. You just have to bear with it for another, I think I have to stream for another, like, 42 hours with the ad incentive. Whatever it is. So, yeah. It's just every 30 minutes. Every 30 minutes there'll be ads. And, like, 3-minute ads. It's just like it's like a commercial break every 30 minutes. It's like TV. Fuck, dude. And if you want to skip it, either get lucky with a gifted sub or sub yourself or just chill for those 3 minutes. Luke was cool. And OPU and Genshin. Look, did you win a Welkin? Dude, you know what's funny? I offer people— Wait, I don't know if you want a Welkin. Not anything about it. Did you win a Welkin? Pain. Oh, you didn't win a Welkin. Oh, Sag. I offer gifted subs too instead of a Welkin. Or subscribe with you. I mean, like, you got entered into winning a Welkin because whenever people let me pull on their accounts, you automatically get entered in for a giveaway for Primos for letting me pull in your account. They're hella under level. I feel I have that problem with my EU account. Can you not? Oh. That was a lot of damage. Shee. One more. I'll take a sub. Oh, I have Pride Implement. That's if you win. You'll know. Prime off of him? You could still get him to sub with Prime anyway to support me. I'm just kidding. Don't forget to get your Prime loot, by the way. If you do have Prime, Twitch Prime does give you loots for certain games. Be sure to check that monthly if you don't want to miss out on free shit. Not sure if they have it for Genshin. I think they have it for Genshin too, like a monthly extra couple primos if you have Prime.
어떤 수가 나오려나?
I don't know know if my brother still uses Amazon, has his Amazon Prime or not. He canceled it a while ago to try to cut off costs. I have no idea if he started back up. I don't even know if my Amazon Prime is still going. I think I tried cutting it off, but then they like randomly recharged me for it. And I was just too lazy to give a shit because I do order off of Amazon every now and then. But it's not frequent enough for me to feel like I have to justify for Prime delivery. I don't know. Leyline time. Leyline time and furniture time. Where's the ley line in Inazuma? There's one there. There's one there. Okay. Meatball. 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 Yeah. Okay. I get both of them? Wow. Got them both. What do you mean by a lot of cool stuff? Can you elaborate? I paid more attention to Valorant updates than I did Genshin updates. Funny. By the way, Hung, have you been playing Valorant lately? Oh, the journal features, you're right. I did notice that, but I guess I didn't think it was that significant. This is still as annoying as ever to navigate.
이게 하늘의 이치다. 경천 동시 바람을 타고 구름이
Go with the wind. Well, I changed a couple of UI stuff too. Alright, next Leyline, which is probably in Liu. Liu? Oh wow, they're both in a nice area for me to go get. I played like 2 games, but other than that, I haven't played in like whenever the last time we played was. Really? Hi, Maria. Shadow? Which shadow? I don't think I remember. I'm sorry. I'm like lost. Did we meet somewhere?
일어나라.
Oh. That's oddly specific.
마침 옆에 나뭇잎이 있네. 한 곡 연주해줄게.
Lurker? I guess so. On server? What server do you think I'm on? He wasn't a lurker. Okay, that's why I don't remember then.
출발할 때가 됐어.
No, I'm not on you.
만물을 움직인다. 난도 바람을 타고 구름이 가도록.
아프다고 울지 마.
Hey, I'm on a stat now. Oh. Do. I gotta do some stuff that I have been procrastinating on. Maybe I should do the hangouts. But do I really want to suffer through the hangouts? You guys remember? Oh god. You guys remember the pathway to get certain like endings? You probably don't, right? Is there like a website? Maybe I have. Maybe there is a website that tells you how to get all the endings. Oh no! Go this way.
구름이 숨고
I wonder if I could. Wait, can you swirl Dendro before Dendro comes out or no? I wonder. I wonder. Power of Google. I'm just wondering if there's like a wiki page that kind of explains for what all the endings are, so that I don't have to bother looking up YouTube fucking videos, because every time someone links me a YouTube video, I'm like, I can't fucking watch that while I'm streaming. Goddamn. Dendro doesn't react with an emo yet. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
조급해할 것 없어.
하늘은 만물을 움직인다.
That probably doesn't really answer my questions, Joe, because I want a cheat sheet. Like, knowing me, instead of trying to figure it out, I just want the answer. It's a video game, it's not a test. It's long? Oh no. No. Alright. Whose world is open for me to do ley lines on? Oh, how illegal. No, I'm on an A. Map Genie. Never heard of it. The wiki seems to go into way too much detail. Yeah, that's not what I want. No. No. Enemies resources. Oh, that's not what I need. I should say IQ. Alright, no one's available on LA. Oh, I did get this. Oh wow, trigger cryo-hydro-pyro-spore reactions at least once within 2 times. Oh, nice. I should go achievement hunting. I'm too lazy to do that. I need ley lines. I need to borrow people's ley lines. We don't have to claim them. I just need to do them. Get them out of the way, because I don't want to wait until the end of the week. Oh, can you imagine? You hit AR-60 before I did. God damn. I'm behind. Have I just been slacking that hard in Genshin? Yeah, but I'm not even close. I haven't been playing the game. Alright. We'll do Liu first, I guess, since we're here. I don't know where your ley lines are. What the fuck? What? Holy moly. They're in an AIDS spot. This one's in an AIDS spot. Oh my god, they're both in an AIDS spot. What? Alright. Hi, Win! Bum 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 bum. Did you get any... what's the word? Any progress on your 2D?
바람과 함께
번개의 힘으로 잡았다. 얼타게 받아. 불꽃놀이가 보고 참.
Eh, Yoimiya's cute. I'm not rolling for her though, but she cute. Do I really want to go from this way? Or do I want to go from this way? Probably the same distance, to be honest.
조급해할 것 없어. Wow, it is the same distance. What the heck? Previous story data? Imagine playing on mobile. I'm just kidding. Unfortunate.
자유롭게 구름이 숨고 기러기가 오네. 바람과 함께 방심했군.
Alright, Monistat next, yeah? I returned to the internet. Hey, welcome back. Did you get your ISP stuff fixed? Finally? Dude, I don't know what's... Oh god, my room is so hot. I fucking hate summer, man.
잘못된 결정을 바람이 마음을 알아주네. 바람을 타고 구름이 가도록.
어떤 수가 나오려나.
Faster speeds? I wish Comcast gave faster speeds. They're assholes. I don't think anybody likes their ISP company. I have not met one person that has anything positive to say about their ISP. Is there actually one out there that isn't so bad? Can't be, right? Google Fiber, probably?
바람과 함께 구름이 숨고 기러기가 오네.
Every time I hear a discussion of US ISP, I feel glad I don't have to deal with that. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know where the best place in the world to live is. Like, not saying the best, but like, you know, just overall quality of life, what is considered the best based on a subset of scores of something. Like, for example, quality of life, insurance, health, housing, job security, internet, technology, like all that stuff. I wonder where the best place to live is. Or like even education too. For sure as hell not in the United States. There's a lot of issues here. Even though the patriotism is really strong, I don't know why people are fucking crazy about loving the United States so much.
바람을 타고 구름이 가도록 바람을
Oh, 좋아.
조급해할 것 없어.
Next one. Or indices? Indexes? Is it? I think you spelled the first one the first time, right? Yeah, I don't know. Sweet freedom. Say there, fella. I heard you love Alabama. Let me introduce you to my cousin. Fuck. Do I have a Heizo? Yeah, I do.
사람이 마음을 알아주네.
어떤 수가 나오려나?
Dude, I think Yoimiya plus Yelan is like so fun. What the heck? Whether that be in co-op or in a party. Alright, I think that's it, right? That's all of your ley lines. Thank you, good sir. Do you need any assistance? I'm stealing your eggs. My eggs now, bitch. Okay, bye. I haven't got to play Heizo, so I can't really give you like an honest opinion. He seems cool, like off first impressions. We're just gonna do daily, yeah. Alright, anybody else have ley lines for me to take? 'Cause I need to do this. Any fellas? Fellers? Dude, everybody's dead. Dead. Dead on NA. Not even playing the game. We're just here for the loots. Asia. Just here for the loots. Wait, are we back? Is there a sound issue? You hear? Usually when it crashes, the sound dies. Okay, good. Okay, that's good. We're good then. Back to, I don't know why it died all of a sudden. I or Q, just I. Welcome, by the way, Ice Maker. Okay, let's go do this one. Oh, I just used my E. Oops. Dun, 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 dun. Go wild on online light. You have to trigger them. I can't open them myself. You have to be the one to open them.
출발할 때가 됐어. 핫!
얽혀들어라.
Ta-da!
Oh, Jesse, thank you for the raid. Oh my god, hello. Welcome. Hello, raiders. How was the stream? Were you playing Genshin? Oh no, you were playing Covain. Thank you for the raid. Welcome. Well, if you guys do play Genshin, there's a event going on, drops event. If you are interested, do exclamation point drops, connect your Twitch account, and you can get loots for just watching the stream. Action tomorrow.
잡았다.
일어나라.
Ready Primo. Ta-da! Yes, welcome. Code Vein. What game is that, by the way? What type of game is that?
풍향을 따라.
Anime Dark Souls. Ah. Wait, I should look into it. Anime Vampire
출발할 때가
Dark
됐어.
Souls. Wait, did you just claim it? Oh my goodness. Do you need EXP ones or what? Hmm. That's exactly how your brother described it. I like anime games, so maybe. You got Resin to Burn? Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll burn it either whatever you need, more or EXP.
이렇게
I
멋진
just
경치를
need to complete
봤으니
them. I don't need to like
당연히
claim them.
자유롭게 여행하고 싶지.
불경한 자가 반드시
구름이 숨고 기러기가 오네. 바람을 타고
회수. 마무리. 작업 끝.
You're old to hit the explosive. That's funny. Is literally, it's not as sharp as Dark Souls, but still fun. Only dies 69. I mean, I might enjoy it because I just like anime style anything. That's why I play Genshin. It's partly the reason why I play Genshin. It's just simply because I like it, that it's anime-esque style. Art style, basically. Alright, we're running.
출발할 때가 됐어.
Near Autumn Tomato. I actually will probably play Near Automata, but that's after my debut. My 2D debut. I'll probably play it. Creators very big. Oh, that sounds exciting. I don't know. Yeah, a lot of the games that I'm interested in playing, I'm saving until after debut, basically.
아프다고 울지 마.
So I'll probably be stuck on either Genshin or Valorant until August, basically. I love customer service. I was about to say no, I meant to say I love character creation, not fucking customer service. Goddamn. Yeah, I like character creation. It's like cool to make your own character. Okay, where is the next spot? It's like way over here. Customer service. Is that a duck emote? What the heck? Puppy kick. It looks like a duck. Oh yeah, customer service. Now we're trying to get the horns. Now I want to give up. Opinion as a monster? I don't know if I'm into it, just simply because of the art style or graphic style. It's a nice hack and slash for sure, I think. But would I play it at the moment? I don't know. Maybe I would have to have friends or something to convince me to play it. Hello, Pokey. His name is Nugget. I could go for some nuggets right now. Chicken nuggets. Been a while. The old PowerPoint? Oh my goodness. Yeah, where's the next one? Oh, it's way up there. Oh, it's right by the tree. Oh no. We're gonna get zippy zapped.
잡았다. 마무리. 작업 끝.
I don't know what Yelan says, but I assume she says Mamaru. It sounds like Mamaru. But when I think of Mamaru, I think of a K-pop group. Or I think her name. I think of a song in particular. I don't know.
잡았다. 회수.
Where are we going? Oh, the next area is over here. Okay. Am I a whale? No, I'm a human. I'm sorry.
자유롭게 나들이 치는 게 안타깝다.
아프다고 울지 마.
I I wish you could play Rise, but not on PS4. Wait,
잡았다.
do you think I would ever get a PlayStation for content? I feel like I wouldn't.
회수.
It would be something that you guys would buy for me or something if you want to watch me play certain content. Humans don't have those ears. You don't know. You don't know that. Did I get the deluxe skin? Yeah, I did. Did we finish it? Oh, I need 2 more. Where did you go? Oh, it's way up there. Okay. I'm a fox or a dragon? Maybe both. Maybe. Perhaps. I'm a living being, that's for sure. Not a whale, definitely. You have... Wait, what's MHW and MHR?
일어나라. 구름이 숨.
실례할게. 어떤 수가 나오나? 조급해할 것 없어.
Monster Hunter, Mantra... Oh, I see.
아프다고 울지 마. 조급해할 것 없어.
I'm a person that likes creative games. Like I was sitting here the other day, craving or reminiscing about like The Sims. I'm like, should I play The Sims again and just build like houses or some shit? I don't know.
도망칠 수 없어.
바람을 타고 구름이 가도록.
All this slime. Thank you. That's all I needed. Are you done with your resin? That's all I needed. Hello, cat. Hello, hello. Yep, all good. Okay. Thank you. Been on a Genshin break. That's fine. I don't blame you, to be honest. Genshin break's a good one. Let me refresh chat. Hold on. Okay, let's go condense this. I might have to do the story quest today, just to get it over with. 'Cause if I procrastinate on it, that's gonna be forever. After chats, you always screw up each other, dude. I don't know, it'd be kind of boring because like The Sims, it'd be kind of boring because like the game is really slow. Like autonomously, the game is so slow. The Sims, like even if I 3 times sped it up, it's slow. Like I think it would be the type of game that would be better. Like that type of thing would be better as a like YouTube video, because then I could just edit out all the slow parts instead of just waiting. You know, because like you just be playing a waiting game, just waiting for shit to happen. It's kind of boring. Unless you don't mind that, but I don't think anybody wants to wait real time. You know, usually, like for example, I guess unless you're an artist yourself and you're trying to learn techniques, you wouldn't really watch a painting video full on. You would probably want to watch a speed painting video. You know. So it would be the same thing with like things with something like that. That's why I can't do the things I like on stream, because I like building, but the process of building is too slow. What is what happening? What do you mean? Video quality gone? Did you try refreshing? Doggle barking. Let me see what I need for the newer furniture. Because I need to craft 10. And they recently released new ones. So I might try to make that. There are Clee furniture now? Yeah. Pretty cute. Pretty cute. I think I need to buy the blueprint, yeah? Blueprint. I don't have money. I just wasted all of it. Fuck. No! Saj. I can always do it tomorrow. Alright, I think I've finished some processing. So we can make more burgers. Burgers. How many were made? I don't know. Only half. Can I make more? And we make more burgers. Alright. Burger shop. Oh wait, I don't have butter. Fuck. Okay, I gotta make butter too. God dang it.
때가 됐어.
Buy 100 butter. No, this is salt. Okay, where are the other merchants? Let me go buy all the stuff from other merchants too. Why not? You know, if I want to make more burgers, I gotta craft a shit ton of materials. More burgers. Milk. Buy some rice. Why not? Buy rice. Is there anything else I need for this? For the burger. Cabbages, which I don't seem to run out of, and chicken. Schmicken. Okay. Hello, Neil. Welcome home. Guy turns sandwich into a soup. Can you imagine that? Dang. Just fucking grind a sandwich into soup. Soup. I'm thinking of that, that TikTok song, A Good Soup. That's such an old one, I think. Or, well, it's been a year or two, I think, since I've heard it. Alright. Let's go buy the ones in Inazuma. Done. All the cooking merchants. If I... Hello, Virgil. See the menu. Oh my god, did they just introduce new recipes or have I never bought these recipes? Oh my god. I'm so behind, I guess. He's a force to be reckoned with. Okay, where's the other merchant? Other food merchant with the this is a food vendor. That's Dongo milk. In game already. I guess I've just been behind on food stuff, recipe stuff, because all I do in this game is kill stuff. Okay, I'm trying to look for the food vendor.
출발할 때가 됐어.
Is there not a food vendor in Inazuma? Like that sells ingredients? Wait, here? There. Found it. Rice. Might do shrimp, cause actually I should go buy more shrimp, cause like isn't that what they use in what is it? They use that in Adeptus? Rice buns. Look at that. Okay. Adeptus. Yeah, they do use it in Adeptus. And ham. And crab. Wait, do you know how much Adeptus I have? I have 77. I don't use food at all for like attacking. I only use it to like heal HP. That's about it. If I'm too lazy to have a healer, that's what I do. Okay. So ingredients is processed. We can go do the story quest. Are you guys down? I think I need to change it to English if I'm gonna do this. Oh no. Quite a bit back in the day when you try really hard. Yeah. Gotta change it to English. Or is it this one? Language.
There are leaves
Alright.
around, and I know just the tune to accompany them. If you
Aww.
wish to hear it.
Okay. Story quests. Remember the days before NRE? Dang. I can't remember those days at all. That's old. Okay, let's go. Gonna hide this for a bit while we did the story quest. I don't know what's in... This one must be a long one, isn't it? I feel like all the story quests are so long. To be fair. I want to keep the Kirby's. It's just that I have to go into something further to hide the Kirby's, which is a bit annoying, but I can do that. Yeah, I have C2. C2 boy. C2 Canada boy. He's amazing. Look at him with his 1001 EM. I'm working on getting more, but that'll have to do for now. Need a better piece. Better flower. I need a flower with both EM and ER, which is kind of hard to get apparently.
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma. So many things have happened since then. Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey.
If C6 when? I'm not spending for C6.
Where should we go today?
For me to spend C6 on a character, I have to really love the character. Like, I have to be willing to drop my pants for the character, which, yeah, that's not happening.
Huh? What's up?
What's this?
Hey, what the heck was that for? Doesn't wanna talk, huh? Alright, let's convince him to calm down a little.
Huh? So you don't have a vision after all. Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them.
Dang, yeah, imagine.
No, wait! Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
Oh.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
I thought it was pronounced an emo. Why is it animal?
That's none of your business.
Dude, if you say it in the right accent, animo sounds like animal. And that reminds me of a song. Is it from Imagine Dragons? I forgot. Well, what song was that? About animals, animals, animals. I forgot. It's fucking, I don't remember. It's such an old song.
You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
Here, I'll show you. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry. This is so off track of the story, but now I need to look for the song. Is it Maroon 5? Yes, it is. Yeah, it's Maroon 5. It's made me think of Maroon 5. Oh my god. Neon Trees? Is it that song too? Hello, Nelly. It could be that one too, actually. I don't know.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around. Well, one thing's for sure. Right? Paimon has a feeling, though, that even if this guy gets to challenge Kazuha to a duel,
You know,
anyway,
this is nice because I can eat cake while I read this shit. Let's go.
Oh? What kind of hunch?
Oh, I don't have a fork. Oh, shoot.
A special connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
Hey, who wants cake? I got two. I can share.
Maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything. Anyway, there's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger.
Alrighty. Is carrot cake? Shit. It's carrot cake. Since you all can't read, I'm sure this will help you with your reading skills. Just kidding.
Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Eyeballs. And them eyeballs.
Hey! Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
Two.
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha. If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Dang, he popular.
So you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. It's something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
Oh shit.
Eh,
Think the vote.
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
Do you not know who Raiden Shogun is? Excuse me. Holy shit. How do you... How does he not know? It's like, man, it must have been... He like, you hear it from everybody. It must have not been not that big of a deal, right? Right? No.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense.
This guy's so unimpressed.
His newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first.
Guess he's only interested in
They
Booba.
have been friendlier to him.
Like the
Seems
rest of the
they really
Genshin
respect
player
the guy.
base.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable. Thank you! Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
I mean, like, it's not like you have much of a choice. Are you coming with us? Hello, Shadow. No, Kazuha's right here, bitch. I'm just kidding. Let's go. Tenryo Commission headquarters. Oh, we get to go inside? Wait, have we ever been inside? Oh, we have. I'm stupid. Kazuha, meet Kazuha.
Oh? It's you.
It's his I cute.
Greetings.
I'm kidding.
We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate. Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful. The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name. Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
I
In
forget.
short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class. But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil. We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui. Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just.
Unfortunate.
Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past.
I don't
In
think...
the interest of preventing further harassment of the bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
It's too good to be true.
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice.
It's too good to be
With the
true,
Kaidahara
guys.
clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end. You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the almighty Shogun's blessing and full support of the Shogunate.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
You cannot shackle me!
My ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
You actually care about rumors, though?
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the Shogun's strike. Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks
Wait.
fine.
Delusion. Isn't that when you dual wield? What are they? When you dual wield elements? So, isn't that what Child uses? Does that mean that Paimon's calling Child old? Tartaglia old? Old and frail?
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding
Hello,
two
Mango.
elements at once is a more inconceivable.
Fake
notion.
vision? Oh, never mind.
This
Guess
is
I don't know
just
my
one
shit.
of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way. But perhaps if the Shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
Guys, I have a delusion. You want to know what it is? It's darkness because I have depression. And it sucks the life out of me. I'm a part of the Genshin lore. My god, I can't believe it. I'm just kidding. I don't know.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Genshin's alright. I'm checking out Kazuha's new story quest to see what's going on. Eyes of a Tui all along. Yes! No!
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing.
I am going through the story
Why would
quest
such a
while eating cake.
dangerous individual be looking for me? No, this puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality. Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms.
I'm eating carrot cake to help my blind ass eyes. I'm kidding. It's not gonna help me. I'm just eating carrot cake because I'm suddenly craving cake today.
I would like one cake, PLS.
What kind of cake? You want asa or you want actual cake? Okay.
Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
Indeed. He sounds
Look.
highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
Look, the asa cake is double the price, okay? It's a rare necessity. So, well, commodity? It's rare, okay?
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well. Please stay safe.
Namaste.
Come on. Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Let's go track down your stalker. I'm just kidding. When he said aggressor, I'm like, stalker?
He knows the most about what goes on in town.
One
Let's see
sec.
what Ryuji has
I'm
to
gonna
say.
bring you hold. Have you guys ever had a stalker? Sorry, that's like a weird question. But like, have you ever had a stalker? I have. Kind of spoopy. Like, was it like an online one? Or like, did they actually like physically stalk you? I think the physical one is fucking scary. Okay, where is this quest? It's up here. What? A stalker? Yeah, a stalker. Your ex stalked you? Okay, that seems pretty normal. Well, not normal as in like that should be expected, but I like out of all the people to stalk, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Time to go.
An obsessive ex that can't let go of the relationship makes sense. Yeah.
Hey there.
Chicken.
I'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest. Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him. To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information.
Jesus. People are stalking him. Okay. Let me read you guys' stories about your exes. Your ex stalked you while you were dating, like in person. You work at a bank. We were done. Just that I had a plan of moving out of the apartment. She stalked me at your workplace and we called the cops on her. That's kind of weird. What the heck? I am the ex my ex-girlfriend broke away from, so I would have been the one to stalk if it was one of us. Wait, what? For me, it was some random girl that had a crush on me that I had no interest in. Started following me home from school. Ended up having to change my route a few times before they gave up. Was back in high school. Except even seeing her name puts my brain into a panic, so I've taken many measures to erase all memories of her. Dang. There's probably a dude upstairs in the sky that likes to stalk us. If it wasn't for the skin, I doubt I'd use it, Luke. I have the skin, and I still don't even want to use them. Welcome back.
Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of mora? Whoa! Oh, wait. Even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara. But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads, and I thought you might have some information from different sources.
Oh, welcome, Kiwi. Imagine having someone so interested in you, they put their time into stalking you. I don't know if that's considered a good thing though. It's like an unhealthy way to express feelings towards someone, you know? Observing someone else so closely.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryo Commission would absolutely get involved.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
I still find it difficult to believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now. I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted. It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
At this point, you wish you had a stalker girl hunting you down. Why? Not exactly a stalker, but this one girl was like in my face about wanting to be with you. And you were not a fan. She had asthma and I picked up smoking so she'd leave. Gee, you picked up smoking just so she'd leave you alone? What the fuck? Damn. Oh my goodness. There's no interest in them. Plus, there's a worry of why they're stalking you. I had someone stalk me a little bit. They kind of like followed my routes on campus, which is really scary. Damn, she must really liked you.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
Or rather, infatuated with you.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told,
good night, Ayaka. I'm sorry I missed your message.
Me in that moment.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though. Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like
Look at the
this,
sunlight.
more
Oh my god,
information
the
you
lighting
have,
is so
the better.
nice.
All right then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time. One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai.
Nagato?
Amenoma.
Nagato? Nagato from Naruto? Nagato? I'm just kidding. I don't have ADHD, but it sometimes feels like I do.
Amenoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner
The
of
word
Amenoma
shall
City.
no pain.
2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma
New
Yuya
model
is
looking
also
tops.
an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Thank you for the 300 biddies. I like how you guys refer to this PNG tuber as my new model. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is, but it also isn't. Because it's a still image, but whatever. Thank you. I finished my cake, by the way, so I'm done
Understood.
eating.
Though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish
It's
to
not the
attack me.
final form.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
I can't wait until the day I actually get to stream with the model. It'll be so much fun. Heal the boss music. Bumble bum.
If it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha, what brings you here today?
You two know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects. Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art.
I'm sorry, this is a bit off topic. Why is he wearing sandals when he's working with smithing stuff? Shouldn't you be wearing closed-toed shoes? This is a danger hazard. What the fuck? And is he bald in the front? I never realized this. His hairline. Okay, anyway.
As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft, turning each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life. As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Isshin art.
That's right. Isshin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Hello, Alpha.
Most samurai choose their blades, but an Isshin blade chooses its owner. You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Isshin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
Wait,
You overestimate me.
they have a
My
new
actions
season
are
of that?
guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic. The purpose of our visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew.
Oh, I have to wait until it
We
finishes
hope to
then.
assist with the investigation. It may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
사랑해.
Ah, yes.
Bloop.
My nephew.
My goodness. Thank you!
I report
Alpha
the
for the
case
tier
to
3,
Tenryo
26
Commission,
months. Thank you! Thank you,
but
thank
I haven't
you!
heard anything
Welcome
so
back.
far.
I feel like I need to update my sub badges. Tier 3, yes. Tier 3. Tier 3, my good sir. Tier 3.
He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
Yeah, tier 3, you get access to the credit card emote. It's such a good one. Look at this. Haha!
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse, and neither of them came back.
After second season? No, I won't be waiting until after second season. I already finished the first one. I'm just waiting for the second season to finish before I binge.
Yes, strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality.
Getting tired of seeing this guy's toes and receding hairline, man.
He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. I got bars.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me. Anyway, should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Oh, Dutch, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't worry. You have our word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
The world shall know pain. I'm in pain by going through this story quest. Okay. Anyway. It does feel pretty long. Very long. La, la, la.
Time to go.
Da, 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 da.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now. My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
No, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again. I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search.
Okay, so a lot of the story quest seems to always be investigations, as I recall from Yolan's. I don't like this. Like, if you're gonna make me do an investigation, at least give me a puzzle to play with.
With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
For example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things.
Avid collector? Are they speaking about certain Genshin Impact players that have to have every single character that comes out?
He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him. Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
I don't like being called out like that, but duly noted.
사랑해.
Oh, thank you for gifting 2 subs. Thank you. Got Kieran. Let's go. Poor Pain. You have dodged every gifted sub.
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more
사랑해.
things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them.
Oh, thank you for gifting yet another 2 gifted subs. You caught darn. Pain.
Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons. It was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance. I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens.
I feel like this is a personal problem that somebody on the Genshin team has. Wait, I feel like people are getting called out. She's talking about how her husband is collecting something that isn't financially feasible. And she wants to support him, but bills come first. Beanie, thank you for gifting us the pain. So this is just reminding me of all the people who play Genshin that might be spending and swiping for characters before paying their bills. It sounds like...
On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Whoa!
That'd be funny if it was actually, like, if that was actually the trigger for this kind of story.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with
Train IE.
On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me.
Thank you for gifting... Oh, well, thank you for the 100 biddies. And thank you for the train. Let's go. Congrats, Pain.
Bills are overrated. Anime waifus are forever.
Oh my god, thank you for the 100 biddies as well.
You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time.
Can we get to 69%?
His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family? Had I not indulged his bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me. The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Amenoma Yuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price, but my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Gotta head to bed. Nice to have time again. I had streams. Alright, have a good night. You know, I don't know. Have you guys ever had this, what is it? Adding more spending to my notes here. Have you guys ever experienced, like, haggling and bargaining? I feel like it's actually, I don't know if it's a part of Chinese culture, but I have seen documentaries involving, like, China scams and how they, like... It's just within their culture, or it's within the norm for them to bargain, which is something I'm not used to. So basically what I'm asking is that something you guys are used to, or do you fully expect that? Because I don't fully expect that whenever I'm doing business. And I honestly hate it when people lowball me. So I just want like a set price, and I don't want to move it. Like it's either you buy it or you don't. I get sick and tired of people trying to like negotiate. I'm like, no, just take it or leave it, please.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down.
When shopping, you go to Hong Kong. I'm half competent with it, but I know my father and brother are way better. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a great bargainer.
Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together.
Okay, you say that now, but you were willing to divorce him earlier. Oh, Killy! Or Key Lime. Key Lime Pie? Hello! Thanks for the raid. Welcome. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, raiders. Welcome, raiders. We're doing Kazuha's story quest, so sorry if I have spoilers.
As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work.
Oh, thank you for the raid. I appreciate you. Have an enjoy your noms. Enjoy your dun-duns. Enjoy. I like warm meals. That's very random to say, but that's me. If I ever were to eat food, I always prefer warm meals because they're yummy.
Please don't get upset.
Makes my tummy happy.
There could be more to this situation than meets the eye.
Makes my tummy happy.
If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period.
Oh, Alpha, thank you for gifting us up to key lime. Warm meals. No, warm meals, not warm meals.
But the information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya.
Wait, you gifted a tier 2! What the heck?
Who would not be likely to start an argument. This situation is getting a little confusing.
Mealworms.
A little confusing. More like completely mystifying.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned.
Other
Rest
pieces.
assured, we'll notify you if we find.
Oh, Chopker as well. Hello, welcome back with your 9-month sub. What would you like to name your sub baby? Higher tier subs. I think you hit the sub button and then you have to click like tier 1 or tier 2 or tier 3. I don't know. I don't know if you're able to do it if you're already subbed, but are you on phone? Hello, Azusa.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
And we walk away.
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. The fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery.
They're talking about arson, and part of me is like, I kind of want to go outside and explode stuff. Or like my brain was like, I don't know if you guys have ever had this, but like I just feel destructive for some reason. Not that I'm gonna go do it, but have you ever had like science experiments where like things are set on fire and explosives under a controlled environment, but it's just kind of cool to see? Or like, have you ever done something along the lines of you taking a magnifying glass and you burn ants with it on the sidewalk? Yeah, that. I set some stuff on fire today. Oh, yeah.
Do you have any thoughts?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and,
Speaking of warm food, as odd as it is, there's this Chinese-run Italian restaurant that's really good. Their bread is super fresh and fluffy, and it's hard not to overeat it before. Oh, I like bread too. Bread. I'm fusing metal tubes a lot, so there's a lot of fire used. Dang. You cooked a bit today. I need to eat like warm noms instead of cake, but I had a good fill with cake. Back to my job until use of using a drill. Damn. Well, at least whenever you meet someone, you're like, I'm very skilled with a drill. Just thought I'd let you know.
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
That is the most likely conclusion based on everything we know. What started as a disagreement over the price escalated and ultimately turned into a tragedy. However, in this case, only one of the parties would have started the fire. That would make the other party innocent, and they would have no reason to hide themselves from the public. If this is indeed what happened, and the innocent man hasn't come forward yet, then it suggests they may have already lost their life.
No. Hello, Foxgloves. The fusing metal is also responsible for a few of my scars. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, of course. You meant to say I'm good at penetrating.
It's all about pacing.
Thank you for the 100 video.
One fact that I keep coming back to is that Amenoma Yuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict.
I'm introverted and passive. Let's go.
Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there? Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together.
I also start a lot of underground fires.
Dang. Have you ever seen those videos? I like to watch a lot of those, like, primitive videos where they, like, go camping and they use the resources around them to try and make a camp or whatever. And it reminded me of that when you said underground fires, because there was a dude that went camping in the snow, but he, like, dug, like, a bunker for himself, like a mini bunker for himself, and he had, like, a campfire down there because I don't know wherever he was camping, it was too windy, so you needed to make a bunker, otherwise his tent probably would have like got blown away or something. I'm like, damn.
Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Let's keep going, since if we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Okay,
How much longer do I have to go?
where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Temporary igloos are the safest way to
As
shelter
someone who
ice.
camps in the snow, all you need is a super heavy-duty tent, a camp stove, an axe, and complete disregard to how your back will be in 5 years from trying to carry 100 pounds of gear into your campsite.
Oh my goodness, thank you for the 100 bits. They built sand couches and pong table out of sand. What the fuck? Would I recommend for Heizo? Which 4-star book? I don't know. I can't say because I don't know his build. What's that? Maybe. Have you guys ever gone on like a survival trip. When I say survival trip, I mean like going camping with the challenge being trying to survive with as little resources as you can carry along, if that makes sense. So like you'll bring some, but like, you know, not like everything, if that makes sense. I don't know. I have not. I would probably die. I've been camping, but not with the challenge of like trying to survive off of little resources. You know, like those nature show TVs. You only brought it. Are you serious? Yeah, just like try to live off the land.
One of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
But there's nothing here.
I would probably suffer. I hate outdoors already. Same.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami, indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Yeah, approach me slowly, guys. I'll bite if you don't. No pats. Don't pat. No pets. Unless my owner says so.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
And I once survived in the woods for a week. It was hell. All you had was tarp, a knife, a stronghold to live, and a credit card, so I can go to the convenience store 5 minutes away. We slept in tents for a week. And my father was insistent that I learn survival tactics. Dude, I would not have a great time. Thunderstorms are a pain in the oh, yeah.
Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time. From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside. If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Yeah, because you both went literally hand in hand against Raiden Shogun. How is this any scary for you guys?
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
That was too scary! Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source left this place.
You know, I'm being scared of everything. It just never made sense to me because look, she's a floating fairy. How can she not like fly higher, like to get away from anything? You know, like if something's about to eat her, she can just like ascend and, aviation or whatever. Latitude. I don't think that's the right word. I don't know. She could ascend, basically. And she wouldn't have to like be scared. Yeah, she could get out of attack range, and she's such a pussy.
Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them. Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
Devour the Paimon. Ah, okay. How much longer do I have to go through this? Going this way. Hello, Eric. Going this way. I got killed by Scaramouche? I don't know. I'm unsure about that one.
From this point, the trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
Hello, Yeti. Alright. Follow the scent and look for clues.
They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
We fight him. Hello, Lalu.
It's...
Ugh, look at this red stuff.
By the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look. According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato. Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, is Kazuha like another version of Sasuke then? Where he's the last of his clan and he needs to reproduce to revive?
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that,
Stop, no reproduct. What the
Dora
fuck?
seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls.
He's not as moody as Sasuke? Because he hangs around a woman with big boobies. Of course he's not going to be moody. I don't know what Sasuke went through, but he hung around a dude that looks like a snake. Of course he's moody. I'm kidding.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right. So let's get moving.
Give me a sec. My dog's barking like a maniac. I need to be right back. Okay, I'm back. Okay. He's still barking though.
I wouldn't be surprised if he too fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill.
Alright, let me take a break real quick. Dude, I don't know what he was barking at. He was just barking nonstop. Even when I, like, closed the door, and I'm like, dude, what do you want? Like, he's just barking at random people on the street. Like, I'm like, what is the purpose of barking? Are you trying to say hi because they're walking away? Do you want to go outside because you're too much of a pussy to go outside when there's people there? Like, what do you want? Stop barking.
All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Didn't miss much. It's just my dog barking a ton.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
I can't see.
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
Time to go.
Oh no. Alright, have a good one, Hung.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time. Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Oh?
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you, at last.
Aha! So it is the same guy from before! What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa, whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sale as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenome Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many years ago,
Okay.
I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
Why is it that in literally every Genshin story, the bad guy involves a spirit taking over like an innocent bystander's body? Like, it was like that in Zhongli's quest. It was kind of like that. I think it was like that in Yemiko's a little bit too. I don't remember quite exactly. It's like that in this. Why?
As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith.
So they don't have to make a new character model? Lazy at its finest.
And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
Hello, Blank.
In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home.
I'm sorry, I'm like sleepy right now for some reason. A new model, 2% physics. Probably why Bosacius was invisible in Xiao's story, because he's the soul that's kind of like going around manipulating other people.
I seek but one thing. To face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Ah, so Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission.
Wow.
When they got tired, or injured, or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
Hello, Banksy. Oh, this guy's an asshole. He just uses people. Sounds like a lot of my exes. I'm just kidding. How are you today, Banksy?
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaedehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come.
Goodness
now,
me.
Give your body over to me!
But consent! I'm kidding. We have to fight him, don't we? Yeah, we do.
This is order.
Solidify.
Game's up.
Only right history.
At least take him out to dinner. I know, right?
Or I will strike you down too.
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost? I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man.
I erase him? I mean, he's still right there.
He's but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will. The end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure.
You know what I think? I think that there's gonna be a soul that possesses Paimon and then taps into Paimon's like secret abilities or something. And that will be the final boss of Genshin Impact.
By any means necessary and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Amenome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
I bet Paimon has amnesia and when her memories come back, super Paimon.
Trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
I don't know. Do you really think that her memories will come back? All she wants is food. Like all she cares about is noms. And when all you care about is noms, I doubt she gives a shit about what she remembers.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface.
Alright, bye, Azusa.
In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner.
You know, a few people like Paimon, if you're talking about it, what do you mean? What was I talking about again? Just like, all she cares about is food. Oh no. Didn't we already get spoiled in Paimon betraying us in the end by Pyrolector back in Academia?
Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you.
Hey, that's me! There's a despair in me! It is so strong that it threatens to overwhelm me. Oh my god.
You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal!
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life. Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired? Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony? between a blade and its bearer.
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
Oh.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you.
Okay. Those who have one, how much longer?
Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor.
None of this 8 is not skippable.
The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions.
I can speed up the
This is
clicking,
the
but that's
reason
about it.
Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
See, why do you think I bitched about it for 2 years about no skip button? Is this shit. It's like, it's putting me to sleep, like actually. I'm trying my best to stay awake. It's putting me the fuck to sleep.
You both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
Your disdain for
And,
me
like-
betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too.
And like, even if I hit the autoplay, right? They still have that pop-up that you have to click on the right-hand side. So like, no matter what, Hoyoverse is forcing you to just sit through the story, no matter what. It's so aggravating. Like, I don't know why they don't offer a skip button, ever. They drag it out so... They do.
Now, take me in your hand.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected. I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Sword abuse! Let's go! Abuse!
Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild. Since the Takasukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
Ah, all right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey. Okay, fine.
So what are we doing now? We go over here. Am I close to ending? Oh.
Time to go.
Let's go. I have a ways to go in the story. What? Are you kidding me? How long? Another hour? 2 hours? Of listening to full straight dialogue that I can't skip? %. Okay.
Time to go. Leave everything on this journey to me. Let's get down to business.
Wait, do I have the trial version? I do. Oh man. Why do they do this?
Time to go.
Like, this is like basically a trial version. This, like, did they build a DPS Kazuha or something? Like, Kazuha's best. Oh my god! Of course it's Noblesse. I don't know who the who at MiHoYo. I don't know why they have they have this obsession with Noblesse. Every single trial character that I've ever seen, Noblesse set. Like, why? Too lazy. I feel like for the trials, they try to make him DPS Kazuha or something. I don't know. Because he's best.
I do not think he can last much longer.
Because he's best served as like a support unit in your team to buff EM, not as main DPS. So he shouldn't be solo. But I don't know.
Strange. Rather than let's keep going.
I mean, yeah, crowd control is a good one too. Is there any more chests around here? I don't want to miss any. This enemy's line up. It is nice. Another Noelle main? Noelle lovers? Do you have Redhorn for her? I wish I could get Redhorn for Noelle, but I couldn't justify it because I don't play Noelle enough to justify rolling for the weapon.
Time to go.
But she does deserve Redhorn.
Time to go. Boom. Wind strike.
Alright, oh my god, more.
Adorn my night.
Do you think they'll bring out Noelle, like... They brought out the Luke skin, but do you think they'll bring out the KFC skin? I feel like they should, because, like, well, it's already a designed, like, outfit. Like, why would you not, you know, make it into an outfit instead of paying, like, another designer or so to make a new outfit? Like, the Luke and Noelle should get those skins. I still don't get it. But they brought out freaking Vishal and Luke.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield.
I honestly, like, low-key wish that they would focus more on skins than the story. I don't know, but that's just me, though. I feel like there's a lot of people that maybe genuinely enjoy the story. I just don't happen to be one of them, unfortunately. Mainly today, because I didn't get it, like, I woke up really early today, and it's getting to that time where I'm getting really sleepy, so there's that. That's a part of it. I can't pay attention to the story because I'm too tired. But, you know...
He cannot hold out
I don't
much
know.
longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
Actually, set an endgame in a timely manner. Go for it. The game would be better. Set an endgame in a time. What do you mean set an endgame in a timely manner? My brain can't process this sentence right now.
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
I'm trying to achieve my goal. Lord help me. Finish this damn quest. Okay, you'd come back for Zhongli's Arcana. I've seen that one too. I think it's pretty good as well. Pretty cool. It's a bit too much dialogue. I kind of like maybe this is the right term I'm looking for. I wish it was more engaging in a way that keeps my attention, rather than like I don't know. Like I don't have criticism that would be helpful. Like in a sense of like okay. Like usually when you criticize something, you need to give like a solution to kind of better it, and I don't have one. That's the thing. Like if the story can't keep my attention, I need to suggest an idea on maybe what would keep my attention, but I can't even think of anything.
As one with wind and cloud, wind strike.
Hi, Joseph. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be forced to take a break after this domain. This is too much for me. But I'm trying to finish it today. Hopefully I can.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
I've reached my limit, Lord help me.
It's going a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the?
No, I need to keep it in one recording because in case like my editor wants to make it into a YouTube video instead of splitting it into 2 different streams.
Same blade as before. It looks like a piece of junk.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken.
This quest has left me battered and broken.
It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy. I've finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Where do they keep coming from? Yup. We can help this time.
Yup.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
Let's get down to business.
What? The fuck? What?
Perfect distance.
Wind strike. The wind knows me. Finally. Clouds high. The birds call.
You fought way better with your own sword.
The fuck?
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth. I thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you.
Yeah. I would have a good relationship with my fillet blade too. Because fillet blade reminds me of fish and steak, and I like both of them. Okay.
Too much time has passed. My physical state,
Oh.
without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen.
Filet of fish, or filet mignon. That's what I think of. Yeah.
Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art.
It's just another blade. Nothing significant.
There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami. Tatarigami is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
My true source of this despair. My true source of despair is no skip dialogue button. I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't know. This is just a lot of dialogue. I feel like it could be delivered in a different way, but maybe that's just me.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish? I said to him, "Do not worry, from here on I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He gets to leave before I do.
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Now we talk to him again.
When I touched the hilt for the first time,
why is it such a
I was
freaking
transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been.
This line itself is so dirty. Let me read it to you. When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been.
A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak.
It's
His
too!
life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were warped by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known.
Dude, I've yawned way too many times. There's about to be an ad to pop up. I'm so sorry, by the way.
The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Wow, this sounds like me. I lost my way in life. Damn, if only somebody were to correct me, unfortunately.
Shame it's too late.
Yes, it is too late.
It's too
Time
late.
would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
It's too late. I don't know, whatever that song is.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder. What do you think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear.
No. No!
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle.
And in marriage.
Experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Oh my god. Oh, my mind went to the gutter.
He used my body to inflict harm on others.
Oh my god, my mind's in the gutter.
I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryu Commission.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't... In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a...
Can I? We're done! We're done, right? We're done. We're done? Right? Oh, okay.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash. Yep, we still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything.
I have a sneaking suspicion that the puff in your pants is actually diapers.
Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. Successor of Ishin Art, Kaedehara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma Art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
It's all up to your family. Why do I have to literally do hack and slash version of Genshin? That's not how the game was meant to be played. Why does it make me do this?
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
사랑해.
Oh, Kami! Oh, Kami! You tier 1!
Wind Strider.
Thank you for the experience.
Yes, thank you for the experience.
Though he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
Crap over there, I want it.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf.
It's over.
It is too late for all of that.
I do not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin Art. I
He's speaking through
strayed far
Kazuha,
from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin Art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha.
Part of me is like, oh my god, Kazuha, like the voice actor of Kazuha had to take a break. And they're like, okay, how do we combat this? Oh, let's get this guy to voice.
I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma Art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma Smithy.
Smithy.
Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there?
I'm not sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Oh, please! Please! Please!
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
A prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. But I have some good news as well. Ryuji, from the Bantan Sango Detective Agency, tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
Really? Is he
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live.
Okay.
And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Really, his ear? It's his mind, you dumb fuck.
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
Long time looking for some chatter. Hello, call me.
No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Do it.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your mind.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin.
Oh.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
Bye.
So,
Hello, Kieran.
he said it had to be done in that order.
Son of the Kaedehara rather than descendant? Note. Why is that significant again?
His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name.
Oh.
It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Ah, good friend, Kazuha!
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation, and it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Ah, okay. A little bit more. On my way!
Ah, you've returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaidahara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art.
I got a Spanish exam right, and I still don't understand a single thing. Like, how am I supposed to even get good at it? Dude, good luck.
And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
Hi, H2O. Yeah, good luck. Dude, you can't study a language in one day. You're fucked.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
Can you say mental breakdown? Because I'm this fucking close. Como se dice? I am so fucked. Oh my god.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the Shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beidou again for now.
Yep, back to the booba lady.
As for my next destination, let's see where the wind takes me.
Are we done? We're done! Then we got the weapon! R1, unfortunately, though. Where is Lumine? I'll give it to her. Why not? Lumine? Oh, I level 70 the dull blade. Lamau, never mind. I'll give it to her. Wait, can I upgrade this anymore? No, it's max ascension! You can only level it up to 70! You can't even get it to 90! Oh my god. Okay. Who else can I give the sword to then? Who else looks good in red? I don't know. Oh, his... I don't know. Nah, doesn't look like it. Bennett? Nah. Bennett doesn't really wear red. His gear is more like... It's more like it's purple than it is red. That's so disappointing. Everything about Hoyover's free shit is mostly disappointing. Alright. Okay. Kuching? I don't think the red matches her outfit, that's the thing. Like, if I look at her, and like, this matches her outfit. Why does this matter? Because, well, I don't play these characters, so I might as well make them look cute, okay? This matches her outfit. You know, gotta look cute, okay? If you ain't useful, at least look cute, okay? Oh, oh, sorry. Okay, I'm losing it. I'm gonna go nap now because that quest put me to sleep. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys. I'll be streaming again tomorrow. Did I eat today? I did, but I'm sleepy because that quest put me to sleep. But if you guys could stick around, we're gonna raid another Genshin streamer so that you guys can get your drops for your Genshin stuff. So if you're still like trying to get your drops, I will send you off to another Genshin streamer who also has drops enabled. And yeah, don't forget to join Discord. I'll be back again tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me on that long ass quest. That was fun. For as much as the fun parts that it was. Missed me already? I didn't even leave yet! Thank you guys. Okay, I'm gonna go naps, okay? Take care of yourselves. I'll be back tomorrow. Drink water, exercise, get a lot of sunlight, brush your teeth, floss. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye. Best be seeing ya. Da 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 da.